Hi everyone and welcome to Junior Church. Hope you're enjoying our videos. Thank you to those of you who've let us know that you've joined us and sent a photo of all that you've been doing. Please look out for your work later. What a week it has been. I hope you've all enjoyed this sunshine and looked after yourself outside. Lots of sun protection and fluid is really important. We've enjoyed our family walks and we've even managed to squeeze in a picnic in the park before getting our feet wet in the stream. Now, one of our favourite family songs is from Big Ministries, which Manchester Circuit I have yet to introduce you to. Our family favourite is a song called Everybody's Welcome, Anyone Can Come. And if you have a look on YouTube, you'll be able to find it. It reminds us that it doesn't matter who we are, we gather together young and old to celebrate God. We might not gather together in our church buildings at the moment, but we are meeting in so many other different ways through our phone calls, our letter writing, our emails, our video calls, and definitely when we gather to pray and worship together. Welcoming people looks rather different at the moment, don't you think? However, it's still a really important principle, and our Bible passage today shows us just how simple that needs to be. We need to consider how, when it's possible to do so, we can make our homes, our churches, our community a welcoming place for everyone. At the minute, we're allowed to welcome people into our gardens. Have you had someone new? Making them a much needed refreshing drink during these warm summer days, or just having a good old catch up. Isn't it great to see people again, even if we can't give them a big hug like we would have done before COVID-19? How have you made someone feel welcome this week? Well, our Bible story is found in Matthew chapter 10, verses 40 to 42, where Jesus wants us to welcome everybody as we would welcome him. So last week I had you doing things, and this week I want you to look out for the word welcome. And when you hear the word welcome, I want you to stand up and wave your arms in the air and cheer. Now, because I'm on camera, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave all that activity to you. So listen out for the word welcome, stand up and wave and give people a cheer. I'll be listening out. I'll try and go slowly. Jesus said to his disciples, "Wherever you go, if people welcome you, then they are welcoming me too. And if they welcome me, then they are also welcoming God." Jesus continued, "If someone welcomes a prophet and welcomes them because they're a prophet, then they will receive the same reward as a prophet. If someone welcomes a good person and welcomes them because they are good, then they will receive the same reward as a good person. And if someone helps one of these little ones, if they give them only a cup of cold water because they are one of my followers, then they will certainly be rewarded." Amen. Well done, everybody. Are your legs aching from jumping up and down? Now then, I want to say a huge thank you to every one of you who have been in touch and showed us what you have been doing. So let's see your work. A huge thank you again. Please carry on sending us pictures of what you've been doing so that we can show you next week. We've also had a birthday this week. Abigail from Hope has turned 6. A big happy birthday to you. We hope you've had an amazing time. Abigail is our little star runner who often runs 5k before church on a Sunday morning. She loves rugby and she tells us a great story when we're there on a Sunday morning. She's also sent in a poem for the Methodist Creative Competition too. Did you see that? Anyone else have a birthday this week or a special anniversary or want a shout out, then please let me know. So, did you recognise your work on screen? Or did you recognise someone else's name and get excited? Sometimes it's easy to spot and other times not so much. How about when we take a photograph and it's a bit blurred? And later on when we're looking at our photos, it's a little bit hard to work out who it is or where it was taken. I want you to ask an adult about this. Maybe an adult in your house, or phone someone who's older and ask them about this. You see, when I was a kid, there was no cameras on our phones. In fact, we didn't have mobile phones. And we used a film in our camera, and when the film was full, you got it developed. There was no deleting dodgy photos. You got the real life moment. Blurry shots, out of focus, my sister pulling her face, my brother turning the other way. You got shots of just people's heads, or you got shots of no heads at all. There was always a random one where we had no idea what it was or where it was taken. Nowadays we use our phones and we rarely print them out. We delete the ones that we don't like, the unflattering ones, the ones that are just taken out of focus. We sometimes even add filters on the photograph. You know, those little love hearts, those birds, those extra things that we add. How do we recognise people without their filter? Seriously though, how do we recognise people? In our reading today, Jesus talks about welcoming and about recognising people. How do we recognise people? More importantly, how can we recognise God if we have never seen him? How is he visible in other people? Well, I'm not going to answer that for you today. I want you to chat in your household or to have a think about it and jot it down. Let me know what your household decide. In the reading today, Jesus talks about God's reward. And God's reward often comes in a form of a blessing. Now, right at the beginning of lockdown, do you remember that all the way back then? Our circuit administrator Angela mentioned about jars of blessing to us and writing down 3 things we are grateful for every day. In fact, I know our circuit communications officer Rachel does the same. She's doing a fabulous job with all our online stuff. So how about we do this too? We create our own jars of blessing and we think about God's reward. So we've gathered a jar. I'm going to get my family to decorate this week. And in it, we're going to put the things that we are thankful for. Today, I'm thankful for the lovely weather because it means I can be outside with my family. It also reminds me when we're outside to give thanks for God's amazing creation. I'm also thankful for a lovely letter that I received this morning from one of my members at Moston. It made me smile. And today I am feeling very blessed and thankful as I remember my ordination to ministry 15 years ago. And I write this. So I'm going to ask my family to add to my jar later today and we'll decorate it at some point. And maybe it'll become something that we do in our evening meal as we gather around our table. How about you find a jar or a container and do the same for your home, on your own or with other members of your household. And if you've got some time and are feeling very creative, maybe you can make a jar for someone else. I'm also very thankful to each and every one of you that watches and takes part in our junior church activities. Young or old, you are very welcome and such a blessing to me. I thank God for you too. So let's pray, shall we? Loving God, thank you for those people who welcome us into their lives. Help us to welcome others into ours. Forgive us when we haven't been so kind to other people or to you. I thank you for each and every one who is watching this video. May they know how much you love them today and every day. May we go in God's name with the peace of God, a peace that the world cannot give and a peace that the world cannot take away, to offer peace to all we meet. Let's share the peace of God with one another with a smile and a hello as we safely pass by. Amen. So don't forget to print out this week's worksheet and colouring sheet. Let me know what you've been up to and you'll get a mention next week. Have a great week. Bye.